I just want to introduce you both to George Kasali from Zambia, from an NGO called Energy and Environmental Concerns for Zambia, or as we say, EECZ for short, who's also a lecturer at the Copperbelt University. And if you don't know Zambia, the Copperbelt University has a sort of ring because traditionally the Zambian economy has been rather reliant on copper. So he's at the heart of it in both senses here, energy, environment and the Copperbelt. And Dago Bhutan, from another NGO, the Royal Society for the Protection of Nature, RSPN. Bhutan is a country that a lot of people in the West, they're not the only listeners and viewers here, but don't know a lot about. But one of the things we do know is the gross national happiness idea instead of gross national product, which for many of us has stuck in our minds as a rather brilliant idea. So I want to get straight into it, but before I even ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot before I ask you anything about your countries. Let's just clear up one or two of these questions. From Jamie in London, if a developing country relies on... Oh, we've done that one. I'm repeating myself here. We'll ignore that one. So, Mango Foundation. If chemical and oil companies are causing illness in communities due to pollution, I mean, this has some relevance to copper, I would say, what actions should be taken at this conference? How will we tackle bribery in governments that allow these companies to destroy the environment? Okay, now these are wide-ranging questions, but do you want to have a stab at this? Part of the object is to let people ask the questions, and if that's what's top of people's agenda, let's have a go at it. So where you've got chemical and oil companies causing problems, as in many communities, I think we could take that as mining and big industries. Do you think actions should be taken here? And then rather separate but related, how will we tackle bribery in governments that allow these companies to destroy the environment? It's a little complicated and it begs the question, but do you want to have a go at that, or is that, are you finding that a bit complicated?
Okay.
You're a university lecturer, so we're insisting you have a go at it.
All right. Okay, the reason why people are here is mainly because of issues like this. Issues connected with private companies, but the actions of these private companies definitely lead to global pollution. So we are here as a global community to look at those policies that will have that international impact, even to stop such companies from polluting and damaging people's livelihoods. So we're expecting that a conference like this one could come up with international policies which could then be taken down to national policies and be able to help people or those companies to be targeted and definitely to be the problem to be rectified. Now, in case of bribery, well, these are governance issues. And there is a lot of action right now at home to stop and prevent bribery. And I'm just hoping that probably those local efforts or national efforts will be able to work and reduce bribery so that this could be probably eliminated.
Just as a footnote, I think one of the problems at the conference is that because the rich countries are not putting up a lot of their own money, or they've shown some unwillingness to, they're saying, well, the private sector will have to be brought in to provide these huge funds so that there will then be a lot of pressure. Let's bring in these companies, the mining companies and everybody else, because there won't be enough money. So governments will be under probably some pressure to relax the rules rather than tighten them. But let's see how it works out in the second week of negotiations. Can I let's as we wait for more questions to come in, can I ask you, Dago Tshering from Bhutan, let's go back to Bhutan for a moment, because some of us know so little about it. And some of us think of it as this rather sort of paradise country with beautiful green pictures, but life is never quite that simple. So are you seeing yourself what might be symptoms of climate change or extreme climate events? Is that evident, or is it not in Bhutan yet?
Well, I should say, with our location being in the Himalayas, and as the guy from Nepal already highlighted on the glacial lakes, we are also not far from it. We have over 2,000 lakes, out of which 28 are very prone to outbursts. And in Bhutan, glacials are the source of the river downstream, which is even the main source for feeding up the farmlands and hydropowers. And certainly, any impact from glacial outbursts would have a huge burden on our economy, where at the moment we regard hydropower as one of our main revenue for the country.
Oh, there's another question coming in. Thanks, Jeffrey Allen, who's behind the camera and handing over the questions. Comment from Thought Quotient on OneClimate.net. OneClimate.net is bringing you this experiment in participatory democracy, where you can have access to people at the conference and put questions. It's rather a long question, it's like some of mine. How much money should we give to taxes? Right now, Americans give 50%. That's right, get rid of cars. We'll use horses and mules to pull everything around, but we can't do that. That would be cruel. Tired of American bashing. Okay, this is someone who's not very happy, who's thinking Americans are getting the blame for everything. Do you think that's fair, that there is a tendency to blame, let's blame the Americans for this, blame them for that, that it's a bit easy to do that, maybe?
Well, it's not the idea of blaming America. Really, it has been shown by their own scientists from outside America, that America is the main emitter of greenhouse gases, which cause global warming. So the starting point is first of all for America to go into commitments to reduce these greenhouse gases. And I don't think that it will mean changing from cars to mules, because other countries are doing it. European Union has made commitments, and I don't think they will start using mules just to cut their emissions. It's something that has been demonstrated that it can be done. So it's just a question of commitment. And I'm sure in the long run, because we're talking of efficiencies, improving efficiencies, it might be costly now, but in the long run, I'm sure to be a profitable venture for each and everyone.
Yes, I think there is something between the existing cars and mules. There could be better fuel cars, fuel economy, and so on. So it's polarizing, but he's obviously, Thought Quotient is a little unhappy.